Something I've learned over the past few years is that every video game is actually Dark Souls. FromSoft have a chokehold on the industry. They've crawled from the depths of whatever the hell this is to the highest heights of indisputable genius. But how did we get here? FromSoft was founded in 1986. They made business stuff originally and then realised that, nah. And the game industry was booming, graphics were resuming, and FromSoft decided to have a crack. So in 1994, they released this game. This began their crack skeleton kink that would take hold of every single video game they made from then onward. The game sold a whopping 200,000 copies, which doesn't seem like a lot until you realise that I only have 60 subscribers. They made 3 more Kingsfields before hanging up the series, to the disappointment of the over 5 people who played the games for more than a few minutes before realising they had this to get back to. They also made these games. This one is a horror game. They all have a pretty central theme though of medievalness, which is pretty notable considering that they for sure stuck to their guns as they went. Speaking of medievalness, FromSoft realised that they could start making video games with gameplay, so...
Once again, this is a very, very deep game.
This was the first game that our good old lad was in charge of, and the company actually considered it a flop. Something worth adding though is it sold the same amount in North America in 1 month as it did in a whole year in Japan. This is because Americans are dirty little masochists. I've never played Demon's Souls, so I can't really say anything about it, but Jacksepticeye liked it, so enough said.
I'm gonna jizz.
During this time, that same little fella decided to be even gooder at making games. He took what they had with Demon's Souls and then went... This game was probably great when it came out. Critics said it had deep combat and hardness and yada yada. I'm a person who played Elden Ring first, then Dark Souls 3, so after those two, Dark Souls 1 feels like trudging through molasses. And it was still the best game I've ever fucking played.
Here comes the money, 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 money.
IGN gave it a lower review score than Demon's Souls. This game was the epitome of FromSoft vision. It was good. A little too good. So they kicked off the guy who made it happen for some reason and made... This game is not as cool as this GIF. The story is pretty unique. The world is a step up from Dark Souls. The people left after Miyazaki was kicked off decided that Dark Souls 1 was a success because people don't like fun. This game was a pretty big disappointment for fans, and FromSoft was flailing in the deep end, so they got Miyazaki back to work his magic.
Here comes the money, 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 money.
So... whose fault is that? After Bloodborne was released, FromSoft released... This is my second favourite Souls game. A few people criticised it for its bland colour palette, but as someone who lives in a place that looks unironically like this is as colourful as I can realistically handle. Most people though, love this game. It took everything Dark Souls did right, and then added not bullshit. Quite good when you're coming from this. FromSoft were doing good. Very good. But they were still quite niche. So FromSoft pulled out one of those once-in-a-lifetime cards and released.
And the Game of the Year award goes to Sekiro.
I've also barely played this, and what I have played looks like... With this game, FromSoft went off script. They sort of held off on the castles and wizards and plagiarism to bring something fresh to the Souls gamer's palate. A parry-based game. This is the game This is parrying. Without parrying, the game has no base, because parrying is the base of the game. So, in this game, what you do is you parry, or you abuse the stealth. All jokes aside, this game is good, but not good enough, said Mr. Miyazaki, who had secretly and single-handedly been creating 2 games of the year at once. Nice, so incest. Basically, in 2017, Miyazaki was playing some of the classics that came out that year, like Yooka-Laylee and Vroom in the Night Sky. Then he stumbled across one game. Alright, so you guys mind if we do this bit better? Alright, cool. Elden Ring was released in 2022 to critical acclaim. I think IGN put it best when they called it the Dark Souls of the Dark Souls type games. The game was massive.
Elden Ring is the biggest game ever made. Right out the gate, we're ripping off
Donkey. But not only was it massive, it was also one of those games that you play and go, give me another. 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 I have played this game a fair amount. I 100%ed it. I looked it up and down. I even looked it down and up. And it's good.
Elden Ring!
Are you fucking joking? Oh my holy fuck. Lawrence, get the noose ready because everything that I play after this is going to be anticlimactic.
Tarnished one. Aspiring lord.
Lawrence, put the noose away. My blood pressure's spiking, so that won't be necessary. This was the Silk Song of 2024. Was it too hard? Probably. Was it bad? Nope.
The Game of the Year nominees are
Astrobot from Team Asobi, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree by Fromsoftware.
And I loved this DLC. It was the only FromSoft thing that I played without any spoilers at all. It was great. It was truly and greatly a physical manifestation of man's creative genius, artistic capabilities, and fucking bullshit. I swear to God, if in this cutscene Mikla handed Radahn a fully loaded M240 machine gun, I would have shrugged it off. But well, most people liked it, and FromSoft had done it again. Later on, Night Rain got released, and DLC for it is coming, which I'm pretty excited for. But I'm more interested in what real FromSoft is doing at the moment. They've been quiet recently. Too quiet. Not quite enough for this though. Thanks Sony for being a little cuck son of a... Thanks for sticking it to the end of my Glaze Fest. If you enjoyed, liking and subscribing does go a very long way. I know that's sort of a cliche, but for a channel this small, considering I made like one semi-not shit video and it's increased my subscribers by... I hope you have a great rest of your life, random person I'll never meet again. Unless you subscribe.